What's up, family? Gerald the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Let the King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to the Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.
What's up, good people? BetOnline is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Back on the Bossman Show. You see in the picture frame of the show, Howard Bison head coach Larry Scott here with me on the Bossman Show. I see you, Coach Scott, looking good over there, man. Flossing, brother. I see you working.
Yeah, man, we're getting it. You know, it just got done really wrapping up what was a culmination of training camp. This kind of week was the first week of classes, so kids were acclimating and getting back into the swing of school and the obligation we have academically, and trying to continue our preparation, getting ready for this game next week.
And Coach Scott, man, as you know, you're heading to your fourth year, man. As can you believe it's already been heading to your fourth year already, Coach Scott?
Yeah, man. It was a different 4 years too. 1 year of that we really don't. This was a fourth year, but we really don't count it just due to the fact that it was a year that we spent away from here, not even with the kids and doing the things we needed to do, which was during the pandemic. We didn't have them there in year one. But we're excited because now we finally had 2 complete cycles of preparation, 2 full winters, spring, summers, and fall. And so now we're going into what's, truly our third fall. And we're excited about where we are and what we've been doing and how we've been building. So be fun to see where we at next Friday night.
No doubt. And Coach Scott, talk about outgoing President Wayne Frederick and how Kerry Davis really supported you in your role to build this program up from when you got there, man, and how they supported you through this transition. And even last year, being 4-1 in MEAC, getting those 5 wins, man, just seeing the progress that's made, but their support to help push you and your staff and help you all get what you need for it. We're supposed to be successful on and off the field.
Absolutely. And Bossman, it starts with 100% alignment from the top, all the way down. So our administration and our leaders, Dr. Frederick and Kerry Davis, completely supportive, kind of understood the mission, understood what we were trying to get done both on and off the field, because it is very much so a holistic approach here at Howard. Our young people having an opportunity to be the best, very best students they can be, and be the very best, football players they can be at the same time. So they've been completely supportive of that. This summer was one of the first summers that we were able to keep a good number of our football team here, and then the last 6 to 8 weeks, we had the whole team here in summer and allowed them to take some summer classes and then have housing and meals and those things that help continue our development, not only on the field, physically and from the weight room and developing our football skill, but in the classroom and getting these guys closer to, earning their degrees and things like that. So they've been 100 fully supportive of us. And it's key. It's critical when you talk about alignment, when you're trying to build the program, not just build good teams, but build a program built solidly on the right foundation. So they've been extremely supportive of what we've been doing, and hopefully we can go out this year and make everyone proud again and bring home another outright one this time.
And Coach Scott, I must tell you, man, when I'm doing my travels, when I'm in Houston, Indianapolis, Jacksonville, Birmingham, Montgomery, and Memphis, Howard Bison will one come up to me and tell me, I enjoy when you have one Coach Scott on your show, or Coach Blakey on your show, or Coach Spurrier. It's like your brand, even when I'm out and about just doing my thing, the Howard Bison come up with people from your alumni who watch this show and watch what you do, and I'm so happy about what you all are doing. Talk about just the Bison brand, the Howard brand, and Bison Nation across this world, man, this country, and how deep you all are, how just that resource you have with your alumni base and fan base, man. That network is one of a kind.
Oh, obviously it runs deep, right? Coast to coast, worldwide, really. I was just standing on the track actually today, right when we wrapped up practice, and I was having a conversation with our AD, Kerry Davis, and some of the young people that work in our program and support roles were walking by, and they were saying that Coach Scott knows where everybody's from. Because sometimes there's so many of them, you're trying to learn all the new faces and names, but I can remember where people are from, and just in passing, we had a young lady walk by. She was from San Diego. Had a young man, walk by. He was from Houston. And another one walked by, they're from Florida. And I call them by their name, by where they're from, Philly. So at the end of the day, yeah, it runs deep, but it's a national brand. So it attracts talented young people from all over the U.S. and all over the world and all over the globe, really, to come to school at Howard. And so it's our job to continue to uplift that brand, to protect the brand, to play passionately for the brand and what it represents, as we have an opportunity to be seen like that out on ESPN and those things. And when we do that, we have to take and understand what we're representing. It's bigger than just us in that moment, and we need to represent it with great class. We need to represent it with great competitiveness. We need to with great excellence, and doing things at a high standard and at an elite level. So it's one that we have to also protect, because it is a powerful brand. That is, well known, obviously, and well revered around the country for a lot of different things. But at the end of the day, for excellence, and that's what we want to continue to represent and uphold.
And Coach Scott, I was telling to talk about this with Coach Purrier about how, as you all keep building with the athletics to get the academic and athletics on the same plane, how great it would be to see what you all can do with that as you all build each one of your programs and get you way, because athletics is the front door of any university. And you get the athletic department, even with your academics, man, some of the amazing things what you all can do, more facilities, more resources, more things to make the players experience at Howard even more better than what it already is. It's already a great experience already.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's what we're doing, in every facet. Women's softball, David Oliver, what he's doing in track and field, men's and women's basketball, the list could really, go on. I mean, even in some of our club sports, rugby and those type of things, it's amazing what's happening here and what's going to continue to happen here. We have a great group of coaches that are really experienced and bring a wealth of knowledge into the athletics department. And then we have a supportive administration who's really getting behind, building and making this whole thing, a holistic community. Where academics and athletics and research and all those things collide. And when you really look at, some of the high yielding big universities around the country that does well in that, they're good in those three, the big three: research, right, academics, and athletics. And so at the end of the day, if all three of those things can come together and be fully aligned, which I know we're well on the way to doing, you're right. All we do is continue to enhance this brand that is already great. And it already has the clout that it has around the country, but then we'll just, continue to build it and enhance it even more. We'll push it into the next generation.
Coach Scott, tell listeners about your guys academically and how the internships they have, how you can network with people in DC and DMV, and how they are set up for success for football once the ball starts bouncing for us on a football field, and how that Howard degree and that having that on your resume goes a long way when you're trying to network and build something, or being an entrepreneur as well.
Yeah, awesome. Good question. I was talking to an NFL scout today, and they were talking about, wow, you got a lot of talented players here. How are you keeping them here with the landscape being what it is, with the transfer portal and all those type of things? And I kind of looked them in the eye and I said, it's Howard. At the end of the day, young people, our young men, come here for the idea and the dream of being a Howard man, being a Howard grad, a Howard man or a Howard young lady, and having an opportunity to go out into the world and understand that the doors that will open, the networking opportunities, the opportunities that you'll get to, chase every dream that you may have, is bigger than just, playing football at a particular school or what have you. But when you have that degree that you hang on the wall, it's like fine wine, right? It just ages and it keeps getting better and better and better. So when you talk about the world and landscape that we live in now of name, image, and likeness, NIL, when you're a Howard man and you're a Howard grad, or you're a Howard young woman and you're out in the world, you're a walking NIL. And that's what, it's bigger than just, the 4 or 5 years that you're in college. What Howard gives you a chance to do is set yourself up for the next 40 to 50 years of what your life will be as you go out into the world and represent that brand and what it means to be a part of it. So it's bigger than just the moment and getting young people to see the big picture of how that all collides and how that all comes together and how it's going to provide you so many opportunities all over the country, not just here in the DMV area, but if you get out on the West Coast, as you get in the Midwest, as you get down south into Florida, no places like that, there's going to be somebody you can tap into, a resource that you can tap into, an alum or a Howard alumni group that you can be a part of that's going to help open opportunities for you anywhere you choose to go.
Especially the one here in Atlanta. I'll be honest with you, Coach. I go to a lot of Howard alumni events here in Atlanta because I love the HU brand. I feel like I'm almost blessed in. So hey, guys, there with you with the alumni base in Atlanta, man. They do a lot of great work in Atlanta, the Howard Alumni Association of Atlanta. And Coach Scott, man, talk about this, man. You get going about you on a plane and next week go to Eastern Michigan, man, and get those guys, man. What about that 6-game non-con slate? How's going to help prepare you for that 5-game MEAC, which is pretty much like playoff game every week?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, and that's what it is. It's a tough 6-game slate to open up the season. You're doing some pretty heavy travel, those type of things. You're playing some FBS opponents with this year when 2 of the 6 games being against FBS opponents in Eastern Michigan and Northwestern. So it's also a great opportunity for our young people to go put their talent on display in some of these other arenas. And we're fortunate enough to where I think just about every game that we play this year is going to be televised on ESPN. So it's a heck of an opportunity for them in those games. But those games are, I believe, for us this year, every one of them, we feel like are ones that we can go be very competitive in and have opportunities and win. And that's what we want to do each and every opportunity, each and every time. We work our tails off 365 days of the year, all year round, to have 11 guaranteed opportunities. So each and every one of them are really relished and cherished. And so we're going to go out each and every time that we have and go be the best versions of ourselves and compete our tails off to obviously win. And in those 6 games, you know that we have a talented enough football team where we can go be competitive. And if we go take care of the things we need to come out on the side of that victorious, which will just prepare us and better prepare us for when we get into conference play. And the sense of urgency and the attention to detail and the focus and the competitiveness that we have to have week in and week out as we roll through those 5 games to look up in the end and find ourselves hosting that trophy again as the outright champions and with an opportunity to go back to Atlanta and be in the Celebration Bowl.
Hey, Coach Scott, like I said, I feel like last year, you all played some hard, close games. I feel like those experiences will help you this year because you have that teaching tape and guys be more focused, more paying attention to your assignments and meeting the meeting room on practice field, really locking in because those small details really determine wins and losses. I don't think young men understand that until they actually are in it like you and I've been in it. That those little details really matter. Those keys, what you look for matters. And it makes a difference between winning and losing. But I think last year, the tough games you had will help them this year and be more motivated, I hope, to not do the same mistakes again and win these games rather than last year going on the wrong side.
Absolutely. And I think, that's what we talked about last year as we went through that stretch of games and we were playing really well and there was a mistake here or a detail there. That was the difference in the game. And then there was some of those games that we could have been on the other side of as winners, but we still were going through and taking our lumps. We're dealing with understanding that there's a process to everything. And one of the toughest things to do right now with some of these young people is get them to realize that there is process. And in the process of building a championship team, you cannot cut corners. There's no corners to cut. You have to be willing to endure. You have to be able to persevere. You have to be able to learn from the mistakes because we didn't lose. We talked to them about not losing last year. What did we learn? That's going to better prepare us for what we're getting ready to go into in the future. And that it better prepared us for our conference games. We're a better football team there. We played really good football down the stretch, except for one game where we had some critical areas come up and hurt us and bite us there. But we often look back at those things, even though that's in the rearview mirror for us. We've been 100 miles an hour the other way not looking in the rearview mirror, but we still take time to learn from those things that are going to draw upon those things that will help us here as we move into the future and move into the 23 season. And excited about this football team because we only lost one starter on offense, one starter on defense. So these guys have been through it. They've been through the process. They decided they weren't going to cut corners. They understand the accountability that everyone needs to have. They understand the attention to detail and the sense of urgency that everyone needs to have as we move into this 23 season. And I think what we have now is a bigger, stronger, smarter, tougher, more disciplined, together football team that is really excited about getting back out on the grass and playing.
Coach, I got two more for you, Coach Scott. And with the continuity that you had, Coach Scott, do you feel like you can now do more things more schematically now? Because they already have the basics down of the scheme, obviously defensively, and now you can add some more wrinkles to it to throw teams off when you're ready, based on their knowledge of the game and them being more in tune with the scheme.
Right, and I think there's nothing you can do about that but time. And so at the end of the day, you have to be willing to go through, your off season, your winter conditioning, all of those things, and you build through those cycles to get your team where it is now. And then you add key pieces, you add some depth at key positions and different things like that. So now you're deep enough, and you feel like you got quality depth, not just a quality 22 guy, first 22. When you get into where you start to feel good about 44 to 46 to 48 guys. That have been consistently been around it. They've learned it. They've rotated. I got 46 starters, and that's how we see it. There's really no drop off. We're a little bit more obviously smarter. We're a little bit more experienced, and we got a lot more depth than what we've had in the past. So truly excited, man, and ready to put it down and go play.
Hey, Coach, I know you're an avid cook, man. So where you been cooking on the grill, man? This offseason, man, on your Coach Scott Cooks page, man.
Man, you know what? It's been a slow summer. It's been a slow summer this year, man. We've been more process oriented and just kind of focused. Had some transitional pieces going on and stuff like that. So just kind of been really working and recruiting and getting this football team ready to go. So not a whole lot of things outside of the normal. And sometimes slow roll some ribs or do some beef ribs or do some steaks or regular grilling, because there's been some beautiful evenings here that we've been able to get away from here a little bit and go throw some things on the grill. But, man, that's one of the pastimes. That's something I love to do. It's one way to relax. And all you do is sit there and think about what I got to do the next day. So it's been a busy summer, and we're looking forward to getting going with this season.
Well, Coach Scott, I'm cheering for you. Hope you're in Atlanta in December Celebration Bowl. So that's what I want to see, because you're my guy. You know that, man. I hope to see you, man. And I'll be cheering for you every week, Coach Scott. You're my guy, man. I love the Bison. I love what you're about, Coach Scott.
Man, I appreciate it, boss, man, and look forward to hopefully us doing that and hanging out a little bit in Atlanta in December. I'll be looking forward to that.
All right, Coach. Appreciate you, brother. I'll see you soon, man.
All right, no problem, boss, man. Appreciate you, man. Be safe.
We'll do, brother. What's up, good people? Bet Online is your number one source for all your betting needs. The latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. Bet Online continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use your promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. What's up, family? Jared the Bossman here. You're tuned into the Bossman Show on AM 1010, AM 1430, 1055 The King. Check The King out at 105theking.com and the Bossman Show at bossmanshow.com. Hit me up on Instagram, The Bossman Show, Twitter at Bossman Show, and Facebook, Bossman Show. It's the Bossman on your radio.
Listen to The Bossman Show with your host, JR, Saturdays at 9 a.m. right here on AM 1010, The King.